Happy Thanksgiving! Okay, if you're anything like us, you're probably putting all those last minute touches on your Thanksgiving plans. This is the perfect episode to put on while you're prepping your meal, running your last minute errands, all the things. This is our feel good episode of the year.
It feels so good.
We're so excited you're here. Let's do this.
You're listening to the Girl Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast, where we invite you to check your ego at the app, grab a cup of coffee, and get ready to dive into all things real estate marketing, social media, friendship, hardship, love, money mindset, and all the things that celebrate you as a badass boss babe.
We're here to encourage you, show up for you, give you a loving kick in the pants when you need it most, and be your soft place to land on the hardest of days. So pull up a seat at our table and get ready to be inspired and start living your best life by design.
Welcome to the Girl Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast. We are so excited you're here.
Okay, girls, let's dive in.
Happy Thanksgiving, friend. Happy
Hello.
Thanksgiving week.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Okay, so
How is it possible?
I don't even know. And we see, like you say this every year,
Every
right?
year.
Every
it
year.
gets
How does
faster
it go?
every year. I don't know.
There's less time during the holidays this year. There's like
And I didn't pay attention to that until you pointed that out. And then now I feel like it's speeding up like Mach 12 speed.
And when I was doing content, because I'm calendaring out so far ahead, I was like, wait a second, we're missing a week somewhere here.
Yeah.
It was really bizarre, but it is Thanksgiving week, and this episode is all about feel-goodness, gratefulness,
Yep.
all that jazz.
All the good stuff.
We have a really, really fun episode for you today, and like Beth mentioned in the intro here, this is the perfect one to put on when you're cooking, if you're just like getting ready for the day, the week, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's going to feel good.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, Christy, so let's start with you. What are some things that you're grateful for? And this year we're going to do personal and professional. So like, where do you want to start?
Okay, let's start personal. Why not? Do you have tissues? Do we have tissues?
We don't have any tissues.
No tissues.
Buck up. Use your sleeve.
That's funny. Okay, first thing that I am grateful for this year personally is the ability to trust in myself and my decision making without like that guilt kind of stuck to it. So I'm that sacral decision maker.
Yeah, you're really good with your decision making.
We've talked about. I love making decisions. When I don't have the answer, I get a little bit frustrated, which I've been working on. But I am doing so much better with my ability to trust in myself and just kind of let the rest of that go. So that would be a really big area.
That's a
of
really
growth.
big one.
It is a big one.
Yeah.
It's life-changing, really.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what about you, Beth?
Personal, I have health. Like I've been focusing more on my health and wellness, and it's interesting how like when you focus on that area of your life, it has this really beautiful overflow into other areas of your life. And so I think I've noticed patterns in the past, like if I've had periods where I'm like, oh, let's just eat shitty food today because I don't feel like making something healthy and I'm not focusing on protein, I'm just eating carbs and shit, that I feel like I just kind of feel like, bleh, like I just want to sit on the couch and do nothing. But I feel like even being on vacation a couple weeks ago with, in Florida with Mark and my sister, I'm like, I ordered smaller portions. I ordered salads where I'm like, I'm at a place where everything looks really good and I picked a healthy option. I'm like, I feel really proud of myself right now. And it just feels good. And to come back from vacation, then see the scale moving in the right direction. I'm like, yes, this actually works.
You've also been moving your body a lot, right?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like walking on the beach on vacation, that's actually kind of my second one. So my 1 and 2 for like my personal like health and gym time. But just like even, it was nice to even like just walk on the beach and get exercise. My sister and I walked everywhere and that feels really good. Even though
I love it.
You're not really like, it's not really like exercise, but it's like moving your body is great.
And getting outside.
Yes.
It's just so important.
I know. It's better than the gym, but I love my gym time because then I get to hang out with my friend Alyssa.
I mean, who doesn't want to hang out with Alyssa?
I know.
Shout out to Alyssa.
Yeah, we have so much fun. And like, I'm really thankful that she's been like a really good gym partner, she has to drive. I have like an 8-minute drive to the gym. She has like a 20-minute drive to the gym, especially when it's pitch dark or there's snow on the ground. I really feel like that's a big commitment on her part. And then we used to meet at 6, and I'm like, hey, 6 o'clock hour is just not working. It's screwing up my whole morning. I'm like, any chance you could do 5? And she's not a morning person. She's like, there are a couple of expletives. And then she's like, okay, fine, I'll try it. And now it actually works better for both of our schedules. But it's fun. Like we, like catch up on girl stuff and talk about whatever. And it's a really fun time. And then the time flies by and we're both working out our bodies. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Jen, and I am grateful for waking up with another beat in my chest and breath in my lungs and given another day to serve and connect and love and appreciate this beautiful day we're given.
Hi, my name is Brittany, and I am so grateful for friendships and conversations that include vulnerability.
Hi, it's Amy, and I'm grateful for my amazing family.
Another one for me is this year is I have set an intention or a word for the year for like the last
You're so
handful
good about
of years.
that. Yeah.
And it doesn't always work, right? I pick the word, try to manifest
your word
that shit.
last year was kind of a shit show, but I even forgot what your word
it was
this
grounded.
year. Yeah, and you didn't
this
feel
year
grounded.
was grounded, and I have felt grounded so much of this year, and
That's awesome.
it's getting more so every single month. I never felt this grounded, and so I shouldn't say that. I haven't felt this grounded in a very long time for such an extended period of time. So that is something I'm very grateful for this year is the ability to feel like grounded, like I physically feel connected with the earth. Like that sounds really.
Do you have
real.
grounding sheets like we do?
No, I don't.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's very, very woo, but that's what we're all about anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm so excited about that for you because I know that was a really big word for you last year. And I know at the end of the year, like you were really disappointed that you felt anything but grounded in 2022. So I'm glad that you kept that as your word again, where you're like, no, F this. This is going to be the year where I actually feel this. And you've made it happen.
I feel like I've been chasing that word for so long, wanting it so badly. And it's a word, right? Like, oh, it's just a word, but it's not. What it means and what it feels like is something so much more. So the chase is over. It's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, Beth, why don't you share another one?
My third one in my personal category is like my parents that dropped everything to come help make the house Christmas magical wonderland. So we go hard on Christmas around here for the BPR experience. And
sidebar, if you aren't following along on Beth's personal at Beth Peterson Randall on social, you need to jump on there because it is beautiful and it's only going to get better.
Yeah, like I am a Christmas lunatic and Mark's like, hey, do you think we can cancel Christmas this year and not decorate? I'm like, you can go live somewhere else, buddy.
Beth, also, do you remember when I was talking to you, sidebar here, and Mark was like in the background, this was a few weeks ago, and you were like, yeah, we're setting up before Halloween. He was like, what the fuck? Do you remember all the words that came out of his mouth, the explicit?
He's like, we don't even need to decorate this year. You don't need to put up a tree. And I'm like, you know what? Like, slow your roll here, Daddy-o. You don't even lift a finger to make any of this wonderland happen.
He just gets to enjoy it.
Yeah. So the only like caveat with it is that we have to be decorated like the weekend Halloween. And then we had our Christmas photo shoot on October 30th. So I think Mark loves the house decorated for Christmas, but he doesn't love when it's decorated this early.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was a lot. One cardio workout, I skipped the gym and carried up all the tubs and the Christmas trees, and I thought I was gonna stroke out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I like die here? Mark is already gone for the day. I'm like, I could have a heart attack right now. And every year I'm thinking I'm gonna be healthier and this is gonna be easier. It was easier, but I still thought I was gonna stroke out there for a minute.
If that's how you went, not good. Carrying Christmas totes.
No, but at least I was doing something I enjoy, getting ready for Christmas.
This is true.
So like Mark doesn't lift a finger to even help with any of it. But I'm like, okay, Carrie, my parents are like prepping my sister's house for sale. And that's been like a way bigger undertaking than what they thought. And I'm like, Carrie, do you think we can do it? And she's looking at me and I'm like, I know, we need to call in the reinforcements. So I called my parents and I'm like, I know that you have 1,000 things going on and you can totally tell me no, but I really could use your help. And my mom's like, we'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, Cheryl.
I know.
I want to hug her right now.
I know. And so they came for like 48 hours and they like cranked it out. They were here for like 12-hour days. And I'm like, Mark and I spent our anniversary having pizza with my parents because I'm like, we're not going to ditch them. She's like, aren't you going to go to dinner? I'm like, no, we're going to have dinner with you. Thank you very much. So it's just like, I can't make all of this magical wonderland happen on my own. And I'm not even going to pretend to act like I can do it on my own. Me, Carrie, my mom, and Marty, like, busted our asses and the house looks gorgeous.
It's so magical. The girls,
it's perfect.
Carrie, Louise and Kaya are here and they are very happy.
And Carrie turned the Christmas trees on today for our podcast recording day, which is awesome. So it feels extra festive in here.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, I could not have done it all with the help, without the help of my parents. And I appreciate them so much.
Shout out to Marty and Cheryl.
Shout out to Marty and Cheryl.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I am so thankful for my health.
Hi, my name is Cheryl. What I'm thankful for is health and strength, especially the last 7 months.
I'm Claire, and I am incredibly grateful for my 5.25% interest rate.
How about you? What else you got on your list?
Third one. I'm totally not going to cry. I might, though. That might be a complete lie. So this is so freaking huge. Like, I feel like as my friend, you're going to be very proud of me. I'm just going to say that. You probably already told me this. But I'm going to give a little bit of history here. I took that mindful self-compassion class this year, and I've done a ton of work aside from that, like to ground myself, to like really be present, to like self-love, all that work. I've been doing it for years, really since having Kaya. Because like, oh yeah, we don't say those things about ourselves because then your child will hear them. So like you say positive things. So I've been practicing this for a while, but this year I decided to take that class. And there's a lot of meditation in it. And we had a silent retreat a couple weeks ago. It was like halfway into our class. And I've been doing a lot of may I be loved, like that sort of thing, instead of I am loved, because that didn't sit right with me. And during this retreat, I went in, after a bunch of other meditations, I went in and was like, okay, I'm going to do that same one because I've been working on it for so long, right? And I was like, I am loved. And instantly I was like, duh.
That's so huge.
I know, I'm gonna cry. And I like, so then I did it. I kept like doing it, saying it again because it's a guided meditation. And I just the whole time was like, I already know this to be true. And I can see my friends when I say it. Like I see people that love me. And I was like, holy shit, you actually believe this? This is like the first time
in your life.
In my life. And of course, I know people love me. To actually sit down and feel like I am loved has never come to me. So it came to me. Huge. It's so huge. So I just was like, oh my gosh. But then during it, and this will go back to the toxic, productive side of myself. I was like, a few minutes in, I'm like, well, I already believe this. Should I change what I'm going to say? Like, so stupid. And I didn't. I kept the I am loved. Good. And I just believed it. And it's, that's huge.
That is so huge.
I don't, like, you can't even like put a number or quantity. You just, there's no way to describe the feeling. It's probably why I feel more grounded too.
I can imagine.
Yeah. I'm just like, believe it. So now I don't know what I'm going to work on next.
You can just keep saying that.
I can. I think I'm going to. Yeah. So
I love that. It's so huge.
It's so huge.
That's a really good one.
I know. It feels
I feel like that's sort of like the mic drop portion of this episode.
I know. She was like, leave it
and
there.
We're done. Peace out.
I believe I am loved.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Carrie, and I am so grateful for the daycare center that I have my daughter in. The teachers there are just amazing. She is thriving there, and I couldn't be the best mom that I could be without the daycare that I have. So thank you to all the daycare workers out there.
Hi, my name is Marty, and I am thankful for my hot tub after a long day of work. This is Ryan, and this year I am grateful to have my health, and I am grateful every day for my beautiful family.
Okay, what about a professional one?
All right.
I don't know that you can match that one, but we'll see. Let's see what you got on your list.
Let's see here. Professional one is I worked on my own brand this year. Can you even believe it?
I know, I love that.
And it was supposed to be launched by now. Supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it
rules
wasn't.
to it.
There's no, and that's just it. So like working on that. So it was like a 2-part working on that and how like naturally that came in.
Yeah.
And working with Allison of Allie Marie Designs, of course, is always
course.
Amazing. But how naturally that just kind of came in and worked out. And then to have all that, like the visual identity, I should say. And just like knowing right now in life, like it's needed. And then also being okay with saying, okay, well, I can't quite do it right now. This like launch or whatever you want to call it, right? That I'm still okay with where I'm at. So just like being okay with that too. Like I know where I'm going and I feel grounded in it. Should we use that word again?
Yeah,
I'm
because
fine.
I think it's affecting all areas of your life in such a beautiful way.
And wait till you see it. It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
I love it. It's amazing.
When you sent me all the visual identity stuff, I'm like, oh my God, Allison nailed it again.
And like that's just the visual part, right?
Right.
But the rest of it is just like needing a home for me. Like people have like they don't grasp exactly. It's confusing.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it, that it is a little bit confusing. Right. Like I'm fine. I feel good. But also like, okay, let's make a little home now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like also being okay with pressing pause. It's really
That's good.
Grateful for that.
I like that.
Yeah. What about you? What do you have?
What do I have? Oh, my first thing on my list is the team feels so cohesive this year. I
could like jump up with joy. Like
yeah. The vibe and everything on the team, it always ebbs and flows. And, we have an all-woman team, first of all, and we're all really strong personalities. Mm-hmm. And so, like, finding just, like, that right little secret sauce, you have to have all the right ingredients in the guacamole to make it taste good. You can tell if there's, like, too much salt or too much garlic in it. Yeah, like, this is, like, the perfect guacamole recipe.
Oh, I love guacamole. Carrie's making guacamole right now, by the way.
Right? And it just feels really good. And then I think what that does is that everyone just plays up to their strengths and everyone really steps up to the plate and shows up in a really good way. It feels great.
I love that so much.
I know. Me too. Okay, what's another one for you?
Okay, so I'm so glad you brought that up because that's exactly what my next one is.
Oh, really? Did I hijack yours?
That's okay. It's kind of cool that we have the same one. So I'm grateful for how good it feels. The team feels so good. Like it feels so aligned. It feels so good. Everyone on it is like cheering each other on. I've always loved working with everyone. It's been great. I get so excited now. There's something to shift in. And some of that's probably just like me too, the work I've been doing.
Right.
But it just feels good to see all of you.
Yeah.
It is. It's cohesive and everything just feels really good right now.
It's awesome. Yeah. I love that.
I'm grateful on Thanksgiving this year for, there's a lot of things to be grateful for, and it's always the normal, thankful for my family, thankful for my job, thankful for all these things. But I think we need to be more thankful of being present in every single day that we have and not living in the past, not looking too ahead of the future, and just thinking of what we have around us and being thankful for that. And that's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for every day that I am able to experience that exact day for what it is.
All right, Beth, what is another professional?
One of my next ones is the growth of the podcast. Oh my gosh. I think it is so like you and I
just got goosebumps, by the way.
Well, okay, so we admittedly totally missed like the original benchmark of like 1,000 downloads.
Oh my gosh.
Like we were like, oh, we're going to do something special. We totally missed it altogether. We weren't even paying attention. I think Ryan brought it to our attention. We're like, oh crap. So then it was a little like wah-wah.
Yep.
And what we're seeing happening is like these episodes every week, Monday when we put out a new episode, The downloads are like double what they had been. And then now so many like new followers, subscribers, whatever, friends are listening to old episodes. And so now like all these old archived, because we've been doing this for 2.5 plus years.
I know, it's incredible.
It's so fun to see. And it's really, I love, like, I don't look at the analytics. You look at the analytics and then give me the update, but it's really fun to see which episode is like hitting spot on at a certain time throughout the year and is really seeing spikes in listenership or
listenership.
The analytics or whatever that is. And that's just really encouraging, because there's sometimes if you're doing this passion project and it's not getting traction, you're just like, what the hell am I even doing this for? The podcast is doing exactly what we wanted it to do. And it's creating this group of incredible humans that all are on like similar journeys, and it's really fun. It's
such a safe place too, which feels really good. Like people cheering each other on, and it just feels good. And when we started this, we just kind of, we went in blindly. Like
we didn't know if we'd be doing this for 4 weeks. We didn't know.
Yeah.
And now 2.5 years later, we're so proud of this. But it's not just like you and I. It's like we have created something here now that is like almost taking on a life of its own. And that's really incredible.
It is incredible. And if you looked at our analytics, you would be, what? It's where we've had many like, what? That's amazing.
I know.
Weeks. And so
we're still fantastic. Ranking like in the top 3 to 5 in real estate marketing category. And we have all along.
Yeah.
We've always ranked in the top 10, but now we're like always in the top 5. And that's like, holy crap, we did this?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is really cool. Oh, I love that.
All right. What about you?
Okay. Another one that for professional, and this goes more towards that, you know, my own personal brand and that piece of life is being able to say no to someone and not getting stuck in scarcity. I've been able to do that several big times this year, not necessarily like team wise, but in just like side projects and things like that. And just knowing my worth and knowing that it was okay and that life was okay and not getting stuck in that.
That's huge.
Just more treating things like that as a sign, like the universe, that you're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's very similar to the podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be my last one.
That's really good.
Yeah. Thank you. I think so.
My last one is being able to pivot in a challenging market. I mean, the market the last few months was interest rates have like steadily increased. It makes you like, when things first started shifting, my first like kind of like, I don't know, like my fight or flight mode goes, oh shit, this is 07, 08 all over again. This feels exactly like that. And if anyone knows my story, knows that like that market, like I got run out of the business. I just didn't feel like I had the tools to succeed. And so I just waved the flag and I'm like, I need to like time out here, because this is not going where I need it to go. And then since then I've been coached, mentored, done personal work on myself. So now it's like, okay, there's some similarities to 07, 08, but this is not the same market. You are not the same agent. You are not this. I wasn't a team leader then. So everything is so different, but it's good to have the skills to be able to pivot when a market feels a little wonky.
Yeah, I know this is a Thanksgiving show and all that we're grateful for, but just to add a little bit to that, to be able to have a successful business, you have to operate in every market. You have to be able to have that ability. And that is something that I think, you know, the COVID years and all that showed us that things are changing, and that's why so many people got in and got out, right? So I love seeing you pivot and how much you've grown. It's incredible. And then you have such a stronger foundation. Yeah. It's really cool.
Thanks. Well, this was a good episode. No one even cried.
Okay. I saw like a little bit of tears. And thank you everyone that called in with your gratitude messages too. I hope that filled the show up with even more love. So happy Thanksgiving week. I hope you are surrounded by all the people you'd like to be surrounded by, and you are just like absorbing all this goodness and gratitude.
And until next time, bus bench babes, keep your face off a bus bench and keep being the badass boss babes that you are.
Okay, girls, are you feeling as inspired as we are? We're over here cheering you on because you just finished another episode of the Girl, Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast.
If you want more, head over to girlgetyourfaceoffabusbench.com for show notes and more episodes. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. They mean the world to us, and they're what keep us going.
Girl, thanks for being here.